Hey guys, welcome back to Picking Greens. It's your boy Picky, and you already know we got a fire two-piece slapper. If you're new to the page, welcome. We give away 2 free picks every single day. Yep, every single day, and we got VIP picks that we give to our VIP clients. But before we get to these picks, you already know we got to see what we did yesterday. And unfortunately, Caden Fegan did not get his reception yards. Now, Rashawn Parker, he did what he was supposed to do. He went over as I expected, but Caden did not get his receptions. If you guys watched that Illinois game, it was an incredible overtime victory for Illinois. A clash of Big Ten Titans, it looks like. They're going to be good teams this year. And with the rearrangement of the Big Ten, it's going to be really fun to watch these guys this year. But that game last night, unfortunately, Caden did not come through. But Rashawn came through with his 57.5 yards. He had 76 yards. And if you guys remember when I was talking about this play yesterday, we saw his quarterback was the main rusher. So I said, hey, if there's a line for his quarterback, you may want to look at it. So I actually did put that play. I'll show you. I put a play with his quarterback going over his rushing yards, as well as Nick Nash. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Nick Nash, he had a game this year. He had over 200 receiving yards. Now, this was in my VIP, and it absolutely slapped. And as you can see here, Nick went crazy again. I'll be honest with you. He's going to be one of my favorite picks this year. Write it down right now. Nick Nash, he's going to be a prop. I'm usually going to probably go over week after week until he proves me wrong. All right, guys, let's get to this first pick. Our first pick today is Travis Hunter. You see it. Yep, we're going Travis Hunter, and we're going over his 7.5 receptions. Now, the pick'em sites, we got Underdog, and he's at 7.5 on Underdog, as well as Prizepicks. Now, you can see the RotoWire projection is 7.56, and the hit rate, the weighted hit rate is 47% over the last 20 games. Over the last 5 games is a little bit higher. He's hitting at 60%, and over the last 10 games, he's 50-50. Over the last 20, he's only at 32%, but for the season, he's 67%. We can look a little bit more in RotoWire. Let's check about RotoWire. All right. We can see here his season stats. He has 30 receptions, 342 yards, 5 touchdowns already, averaging 11.4 yards per reception, and already has 37 targets thrown his way already. Now, last game, he had 13 receptions, 14 targets, and 100 yards. 2 touchdowns, and they won 28-9. Now, let me read those stats again, because those are pretty incredible stats. He went 13 reception on 14 targets. Every time the ball came to him, glue. 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the victory. Now, I'm not sure if you guys watched that game, but that was a statement game in more ways than one. It was incredible to watch. Now, Colorado, they are all about getting their numbers. Now, I'll be honest with you. College football in general, they like to get those style points just in general because it does matter. I'll be honest with you. It does matter. In college football, and way more than in the NFL, those style points, they matter a little bit more. So running up the score, that looks a little bit better. But if you guys watched that game last game, there was some unsportsmanlike conduct on behalf of the Colorado staff at the end of that game. I threw a flag off my couch. I'll be honest with you. They were up, game sealed, and they're still throwing the ball for touchdowns. Like, it was time to kneel. They're still throwing the ball for touchdowns. It was the most unsportsmanlike thing I've ever seen in my life. But I'm not judging Colorado. I mean, hey, you do. I'm not the coach. I don't run the squad. But, just as a fan watching, I got a sense of what Colorado's mindset is. And as somebody who's betting, I'm like, okay, I know they're going to run up numbers. They're going to throw the ball. They're going to try to get as many points, as many yards. And you can hear it in Dion when he talks in the press conference after games. Like if he see a player was 1 or 2 yards short, he's like, oh darn, I should have threw him in and got that extra yard or two. So he's really about those numbers. And his son is a pretty skillful, kind of arrogant quarterback who obviously he's maturing, but you can see his mindset as well. He's about those numbers, and his main target is this man, Travis Hunter. Now, we're going to dig deep in Outlier. All right, guys, we're in Outlier, and we got Travis Hunter. Now, again, the line is 7.5, and we're going over. You can see here over the last 5 games, again, last game against Colorado State, he had 13 receptions. Again, in the game before Nebraska, he had 10 receptions. All right, now let's look at some supporting stats. Now, we can see last game, he was in there. If you could know anything about Travis, he doesn't come out the game in general. He just doesn't come out the game. Not just on offense or defense. He just doesn't come out of the game. Last game he was in there, they had 68 snaps. He was in there for 50 passing plays. 74% were passing plays. Colorado passes the ball. Now receptions, he's getting 9.8 targets per game, averaging 8.4 receptions a game. It's pretty darn ridiculous. Now we can see down here the Colorado pass versus run breakdown. They're passing the ball 70% of the time with a 30% run rate. They've had 180, 190 some plays this season, and 130 of them have been passing plays. Now we can look at the breakdown a little bit further in terms of target share, and as I said earlier, he's had 37 targets already this season. He's hogging the ball, and that's not by his accord. The talent's there, and I would throw it to him too. But he's getting 31% of the ball. And we can look at him right here. This is Travis. Green. He's dominating the ball. Now Jimmy, he's getting the ball as well. Honestly, this receiving core is NFL. I'll be honest with you. These boys, They got one of the best receiving cores in the league. Now, their offensive line, that's a different story. But the receivers, if I'll be honest with you, these men are going to the league. I know for sure the top 2 are NFL bound. Now, we can look at a few more key stats on the side here. Now, something to consider, again, we love Outlier because they give you a good breakdown of how you should do your research when you're in their app. Right here is red, meaning that they're one of the best teams defensively when it comes to stopping receivers from getting their yards and receptions. They're ranked number 1. So the value in there isn't the best value in regards to this play, but the eyes don't lie. And my eyes don't lie. I'm not going to lie to you. My eyes don't lie. And I can see Shedeur is throwing the ball to his main man 15 times a game, it looks like, right? So if you're going to throw it to him 15 times a game, I think he's going to catch at least half of them. I love the web map down here. We can look at some of the stats on the web map. Now, rushing yards this season, we can see Baylor has 502 rushing yards this season, and Colorado has 184. You can obviously see the differential. A much better running team Baylor is than Colorado, but the passing yards, we can see 999 passing yards for Colorado, and Baylor only has 641 passing yards. We'll see. Now we got to think about the game script when we're putting these bets down. Now, if Baylor gets out to an early lead, then they may control the clock with the ball, and that may unfortunately decrease. If they get really good ball management, they may decrease his opportunities. But if Baylor really gets up a lot and Shedeur has to throw a lot, again, that can play into it as well. So sometimes, the game management, the game script, depending on how things play, you got to consider when you're putting these bets down. I'm thinking, honestly, it's going to be a shootout. I'm thinking it's really going to be a shootout because, that's what they do. We can look at some more supporting stats down here. Currently, Colorado's offense is ranked 101st, and Baylor's defense is ranked 14th. So it may be a tough matchup for Colorado. And we can look down here at the money line. The money line, the bets are going on Colorado, right? But the money is going on Baylor. I'm really thinking the ball is going to be flying and Shador is going to be going for 400 yards. He's going to be tossing, trying to go for 400 yards. Baylor has a pretty good defense, pretty aggressively going to be. They know if they can get to the quarterback, he's going to shake them, get a few picks, and the game can get out of hand pretty early. I'm not expecting it to be that way. I think Colorado is actually better than they've been able to put together thus far. It's only been a few games, and obviously there's a lot of criticism, a lot of hype going on, about the team in general because, the coach is Dion. But I honestly think the ball is going to be flying as it has been all season. And if that's the case, I know Travis is going over that 7.5. So with that being said, we're going Travis Hunter over 7.5. Lock it in. All right, guys, before we get to the next pick, you already know I got to give you a moment to hit that subscribe button and hit that like. It really is just a pat on the back for me to say, hey, dude, I appreciate you making the video, and it really helps push this content out to more people. In this break, I also got to show love to RotoWire and Outlier. They are the go-to kings when it comes to research and data analysis. RotoWire, they give you, as you can see, we use these bad boys every single video. They are our go-to data analysis, and they're giving you a free trial. You heard it, a free trial. All you have to do is click the link below. Both apps, either app you want or both apps. Do your research before you put your bets in. Click the links below and you get a free app. No credit card required. Now, DABBLE, they're giving you $25 just for signing up. So you can put this play that I'm giving you today, put it on DABBLE, put $10, put $25 in, right? I say put the $25 that they give you, put the play on DABBLE, triple up, right? So that's an easy $75. Now, better, they give you $200 first deposit bonus. Once you use code PICKY, put $200 in, they're going to flip that to $400 to play with. And CHALKBOARD, they're doing the same, but they're doing it with $100. Use code GREENS. All right, guys, let's get to our second pick. Our second pick today is Arch Manning. You see it. We're going Arch. We're going Arch. We're going Arch. And we're going over his passing yards. Now, I'll be honest with you. We're going to use this promo, but I'm thinking he's going to go over regardless. Prizepicks, you can see Prizepicks has a promo, 239.5 yards. He's going over easy peasy lemon squeezy on that one. But on Sleeper and on Underdog, you can see he's at 288 yards, 288.5 yards. The RotoWire projection is 296.7 yards. He's going over. Now, you can see, he's never went over before because he's been the backup, right? But since their starters out and he's getting the time to shine, baby. Now, I'll be honest with you. If he put on the show and he puts on the show 2 or 3 weeks in a row, that may be enough for it. It may be time to go to, I know it sounds crazy. It may be time to go to the league. It may be time for Arch to go to the league. Obviously, he needs. I'm just talking. I'm just joking around. But you know what I mean. The hype is going to get to the point where it's going to be, oh, when is he going to be going to the league? Rather than honestly him going straight to the league. But if he's going to be, the pressure's going to be there to keep the starting spot. Is what I'm saying. So hopefully Arch shows out, and I think he is. I mean, his legs are amazing. He's much more athletic than anybody in his family. Eli was like the least athletic quarterback in the league. I mean, and Peyton, we give it to Peyton. He's one of the best. He's one of the GOATs. So, all right, let's dig deeper in Outlier. All right, we're in Outlier, and we got Arch Manning. Now, again, the line, we're going to do the 288 just simply because it's not a bonus. He's going to go over the bonus for sure. But I think he's going to go over this one as well. But we can see some supporting stats. Now, again, these are really, really irrelevant to the concept of kind of what he's going to be doing, but there is some relevant information here. We can look at Texas as in general, their passing and running game is 50-50, right? So their passing and running is 50-50. So Isaiah Bond is their main target. Now, this is a much more balanced offense than a lot of other teams. You can see the target share is pretty even when it comes to the running back, the wide receivers, the tight ends. Everybody is getting the ball. They're spreading the ball out pretty evenly, even coming down to the to the second, third wide receiver, their fourth wide receiver, fifth wide receiver, sixth wide receiver. They're getting this ball around, right? Nobody's hogging the ball, and you can see, you can look at the chart here. I love Outlier because they break things down perfectly, so you can really get a visual of what you're working with. Everybody's getting the ball. That's a lot of weapons. And if you guys aren't aware, they're ranked number 1 this week. They're ranked number 1, and Arch is going to put on a show. Now, let's look at some more supporting stats over here. We can check out the injuries. Obviously, we can look at the injuries over here. Quinn's out, right? Obviously, that's the only thing we really care about, honestly. Quinn's going to be out. Oblique strain. We'll see how long he's out. But we can see the betting, all bets are on Texas, right? All bets and all money is on Texas. Now let's check out the web map. You guys know I love the web map. It's a great visual. It gives you a kind of a dynamic of where the teams are similar and where they're different. Now we can see here there's a lot of differences. There's a lot of differences, right? We can see that in terms of points, Texas put up over 139 points already. Louisiana Monroe only has 62 points this season. Look at the passing yards. Over 1,000 passing yards for Texas and only 219 passing yards. Now the rushing yards are a little bit more comparable. Louisiana Monroe has 413 passing yards and Texas has 520. So those are a little bit closer, but look at the net touchdowns. 17-5 and the red zone efficiency pretty close. They're both, when they get in the red zone, they're doing their thing, but Louisiana Monroe hasn't faced Texas, and I'll tell you that for sure. Now the hype over this game is going to be absolutely crazy. They're at Texas. You know, they've been waiting for this moment. I've been waiting for this moment. It's going to be crazy. I wish I was at Texas. I wish I was in the stadium. It's going to be insane. Now, Louisiana Monroe, their record is 2-0, and Texas is 3-0 as well. Now, I really don't think this is going to be too much of a shootout. I'm expecting a blowout. Now, and take nothing against Louisiana Monroe. These are still really good college athletes, but again, you're going up against the best team in the country right now. So, with that being said, I'm taking Arch Manning over his 288.5 yards. Lock it in. All right, guys. Thanks for rocking with me another day. Again, make sure you guys tap in. RotoWire has a free trial and Outlier has a free trial as well. Make sure you guys download these apps, use these free trials to get all the information you need before you put your bets in tonight. Another day, another dollar, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.